All right. We are working on our opening cinematic for the Misty Mountain, and I want to make sure that at least we can get teleported out of here for a stream tomorrow. So, we pretty much yesterday set up the dialogue. Get my notes here so I can remember everything I want to fix up. Get my notebook ready. Let me get my notebook ready. All right. Ready to take notes? I want to add a visual effect at the end for like the spell, and then maybe a fade out, fade in teleport. Oh, teleports are player needed messages, so we're gonna have to do probably I'm gonna do like a trigger volume that spawns, and it'll get you teleported out of here. Um, let's do. Let's try to make some changes before we do a test. Just 1 second. All right, I'm back. So for sure we want to have like a big old thing happen when he casts the spell at the end, which would be this is the timed event. So Kuzu 4. And we also want sound effects for the explosion. All right, let's go concrete tile, and let's put that right there. So we have visual FX. This is going to be invisible with no collisions. And let's see here. The lightning reveal is probably the best one. The lightning vanish. That's the one I used in the Gem Rush game. I can make it a little slower. Wait. Let's make it 6 seconds. And it's not able to start. It turns on with Kuzu. Speaker.kuzu 4. It turns off with, well, we're just going to kill everything, so it doesn't really need to turn off. Everything's going to need to have a plant that I need to add on to it. Which I can do that quick. So if I go ahead and select everything, so I selected everything and we're gonna add a plant to everything. Just take a minute to add a plant to everything. So it's the same, we can add a message for all these 16, and it's gonna be intro.end. OG Shakespeare in the house. Good to see you in chat. Thanks for dropping in. So that'll wipe everything off at the end anyway. And also, we're going to need... We're going to need to spawn something that gives a player needed message for the teleport out of here. And I'm going to use... I'll just use a trigger volume. Enter.intro.end. We'll use that message. And this is going to be a box. Let's just make sure we get this whole space here. So let's just go like 30 by 30 by 30. And that definitely won't touch the entrance. It looks like that's pretty much covering everything in this room. I think that covers everything in this room. So that'll be perfect. Oh, shoot. You know what? I want to use this on a logic donut so the player doesn't see it spawn for sure. So I copied that, and let me go ahead and grab a logic asset. All right, trigger volume. And then I can paste it. So this is going to be enter intro and we'll make this into a preset. Create new preset. Okay, now this can be an asset spawner. No collision. So asset spawner. Use a preset. We're going to spawn the enter intro end. Message required. Intro end. It comes out of the timed event. Boom. Oh, shoot. And then also I want to put something on this preset. I also want to put a plant on this. And we'll just change... Wait.
The chances of us helping these kids isn't looking too good right now.
I'm sending this to all. It'll be fine. Let's just say that this is exit.0. And so once you get teleported out of this room, this will die. Alright, let's save over this preset. Okay. So why did I put that trigger volume there? To get people to the entrance. That's why. So you're actually going to teleport like inside the mountain next to Dendon. I was thinking would be cool for the tutorial, but for now let's just spawn at the entrance since that's not going to be done for tomorrow. So if we grab we just grab the spawning point. I think that's the right way. I could be wrong. Let's make this invisible with no collisions. This is going to be teleporter. Avatar teleportation. Let's give this a particular name like spawning point for the intro end. So message required. That's the what's the heck? That's the enter intro end. The teleport destination is the spawning point. And we'll just go ahead actually. So we'll put a checkpoint on this. And it's also going to get checkpointed with enter.intro.end. Boom, you're checkpointed. So that should be all we need. So, wanted to make sure we get this part done today. To make sure Bruno can get past the spot. So we're gonna get rid of this guy. Boop. Alright, let's see if it works. Oh yeah, I want to do some sort of sound effect for the lightning reveal too. And I was gonna turn the music down. Alright, so I'm gonna make just a couple changes after the save here, and then we're going to do a test drive. Okay, let's grab this. I want a sound on this. Okay, let's see what sort of magic. Dark magic. Dark magic spell thunder. Sounds pretty good. There we go. It's probably going to be that. And that one plays on receive a message. That is Kuzu.4. And I want to turn the volume down on this to like 30. Also, oh yeah, I put a plant on this, so if that dies, we know that the plant worked. Oh, I also have, wait, I'm gonna get rid of this to see if it works. All right, let's give it a test drive. Just one moment. All right, I'm back. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot the weather stuff. So, we want a fade out, fade in, back to just like normal weather, because it's going to be dark. So there's only one weather on the map. I was gonna trap the character right here. Alright, so I need to turn the spawner around. I was wrong. We need more VFX and sound at the end. But we are out of the mountain. It's just a little dark. Oh yeah, I need to turn the HUD off and back on. We also need to create the intro skip system. If you want to skip the intro. This is for classic Misty Mountain. Misty Mountain classic flavor. But we've got like a great foundational framework here. For any notes, from Bruno or from you guys and gals. Alright, I took some notes. Everything happens pretty quick, so these type of cinematics when I'm editing, well, it kind of feels like when I'm editing a video where I really like to watch it over and over and over, and like, I don't know, inspiration comes to me as I'm watching it, be like, oh, that'd be cool if that happened there, or blah blah blah. And it usually comes with time. It doesn't happen right away. So we want a fade out, a fade in, back to normal weather. We want a fade out and fade in, back to normal weather. I'm going to do that with a post-processing effect. So let's just keep all the weather for the start right here, since this is where the first weather is. So I'm going to need, you can get pretty much black with weather. You just have to like turn the lights all the way down, or turn the light into black light. But with post-process, you can just turn the color to black. It's a little cleaner, I guess. So, how do we do the fade? So there's a post-process fade message built in that does special things. And I'm not sure if you can build your own message argument for this. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it enough, but I always just use this. So, post-processed fade. How am I going to do this? I'm just going to do it with speakers. I'm going to do this with speakers. These speakers do not look at the target, and they are waiting for a message. And they are going to send the post-process fade message, and they are going to send that to themselves, to the self. And I'm going to spawn it out over 3 seconds, I guess. What message are we waiting for? So when do we want to start getting dark? Actually, for now, let's just go 7 second fade. That's waiting for the Kuzu 4. Okay. And then let's duplicate. Wait. So, first of all, this post-process effect is going to be a custom. And the color, this is the color adjustment. We're just going to change it directly to black. Black. And if we test this out, boom, makes the screen black. So it'll fade to that. And then let's duplicate this. Boom. And so, message required. We're going to post-process fade, send that message to ourselves again. This time we're going to fade back to white quicker. So let's do it over 3 seconds. And this one's going to wait for the enter.intro end one. Okay, so that sends that to itself. And color adjustment is going to be back to white. So if you play this, it'll be black. And if you play this one, it'll go back to normal. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. I have to take just a quick break. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Okay, so we did a fade out, fade in. Hopefully it works. The way we had to break up the script, the next note I had was wanted to add some words to some stuff that Kuzu said. It remembers me, it loves me. Instead of it, I'm going to say the mountain remembers me, it loves me. Also, some of this stuff is really small, but I don't know if I can get the size onto all of these. Size equals 60. That one fit. Let me write this somewhere so I can copy it quick. Size equals 60. Sometimes I'm quiet. Usually not when I'm talking about GameMaker, though. All right, let's see if we can get the size on all these. So I just copied that. Hopefully they all fit into everything. Especially on him because he's farther away. That fit. Wait, is it deleting stuff at the end? Did this delete anything at the end? Good. And well, I appreciate the thought, OG Shakespeare. Be like, what's wrong with Fred today? I should ask what's wrong with him. All right, so size 60 fit on everything. That's good. That'll make it easier to see. Maybe we should just add it on here too. Hopefully it fits. Nice. There's not as much space. What? There's not enough space and speakers as there used to be. Alright, let's give this a save while I'm looking over my notes. Alright, so we did the fade out, fade in. The mountain loves me. Okay, so we need to turn the spawner around at the entrance. More VFX and sound at the end, which... more sound, definitely. I think fading out is going to make the VFX look better towards the end of it, and that's what I was concerned about. Let's go turn the spawner around. So we'll grab this, and I'll keep an eye on the rotation, and we'll just make it go, was that 270? So we're gonna do it to 90. And you can look to see if the S is, where the S is pointed. Turn spawner around. Okay, let's go down. I think the VFX might be pretty good, actually. But let's just duplicate this. It's got all the messages and everything we want already. So I'm going to duplicate up the sound. And we will add in maybe another VFX. Which is like, maybe like dust. Maybe dust. Falling dust or dust? Okay. So the color is going to be red. We'll make it like 30. That makes it, let's make it 15. Let's make it super bright. That makes them brighter, right? What if I make this like 10? Okay, so I doubled up the thunder. Stop. Okay. More VFX and sound. Boom. Turn HUD off and back on. Okay. Let's give it a save before I go up into the rules. So right now I have the HUD, everything popping up with on player join for testing and just playability and stuff, but I don't want the HUD to be on the screen during the intro of the game. So we need to fix that. Are you working on it? Oh no, you're not. Okay, so this stuff is for testing here. We're gonna delete that. Delete that. This is your masters. This is your pickaxe health. Here's your title and your inventory. So let's just change this to enter intro end. And this is what's showing on our admin teleports right now. Okay. The only thing I have left here is skip the tutorial. Skip the tutorial system. Which that'll be pretty easy. Should I just build it quick? I'm trying to think of a very non-invasive way. How about something that's just like, let's just go ahead and grab a white carpet. And let's just put it out right in front of him a little bit. Visible with no collisions. And maybe there's an indicator on it. Maybe there's an indicator on it that says press E to skip. We'll just keep a very small text. And it's going to be a button. And if you push it, it says enter intro end. Oops. We're going to drop this down to 0. I wonder if I can put an arrow on this. Visual. What direction does the arrow point? Arrow, arrow, arrow up. Arrow direction, I can change the arrow. Ooh. the heck? Spins. What the world? It's actually pretty cool. Is that a okay, can get a little smaller. Perfect. I want it to be like a red. Hmm. I can just kill itself with this. Okay, something I did forget too is we have to go back to normal weather. So this is going to be neutral, I guess, for now. Wait for message. True. Message required. Enter dot intro dot end. Boom, baby. So that won't override the post process. Turn HUD off and back on. Done. Intro skip system. Done. Alright, fingers crossed. Hopefully this is good. And also, once again, this isn't going to be perfect. It's just a framework. Nope. Start thinking about the concept. Need to get rid of all these indicators. I'll note for myself. Get rid of old indicators. They are yucky. Press E to skip tutorial. I don't want to skip it right now. But then that arrow is telling us to go across the bridge. That's cool. Trigger volume's a little too small. Oh, that's way too big. $60 is too big. Names on speakers. $60 works pretty good for him most of the time when it's not so big. Should put it always on top. We need a really big explosion at the end. Oh, fade in, fade out, HUD. Beautiful! Names on speakers, 60's too big. Okay, so 60 was much too big. Let's go with 30. $60 was much too big. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Shoot. Wait. I want to do that. I want to hit edit. And I want these to always be on the top. What was I thinking? Boom, 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 boom. Always on top. All right, let's go with 30. 30. 30. I need like a big explosion at the end. We need an explosion sound effect right at the end. That is for sure. So let's grab another one of these. Duplicate it. I'm gonna get rid of the... Actually, no. No, let me keep the visual effect. Let's do another lightning. This one I think is the best. No, no. I think the other one will be ready better for this. Otherwise, I'm going to do an explosion, which might be good too. Yeah. Let's just do the explosion. So, message to destroy. I don't think I'm going to destroy this one with the same messages because I want to get it right at the last second. I want an explosion. It's kind of an electric because there is electricity there. Just want a quick boom. Alright, it's the electric one. It's not looping, it's going to be at 100, and this one is going to happen at the intro.end. The sound, and also turns on with intro.end. Doesn't last forever, and the sound doesn't loop, so it's okay not to kill it right away. So 60 is too big. Got that fixed. Oh yeah, we want to do the names. So his name is Steel Braids. And his name is not Concrete Floor Tile. That's for sure. This is the Troll Witch. So Uzu. All right, names are on the speakers. Wait. This has a nasty indicator on it. Yuck. And then all these guys have their yucky indicators. Just down here so I don't forget about them. Clean up these boys. Clean them up. Alright, we're ready for a save. That's going to be about it for me for today. I have to go feed my children lunch. Got started a little late today because I had a lot of work to do. But I think we've gotten in a good place for Bruno to stream tomorrow. He's got the intro to check out. And the intro takes you to the entrance of the mountains, so you can actually keep doing it. Oh, yeah. I wanted to... Actually, we'll just leave it for now. Okay, so... Get rid of spinning intro thing. And then what else was I just thinking? Oh, yeah. Get rid of testing drops. And then just so I don't forget while I'm thinking about them, I want to, with the force pickupable, I want to change drop location. And I think I'm okay with making it invisible now. And invisible. Looks like we are always going to be holding on to it no matter what happens from what I've seen so far, so just go ahead and hide them. Make them invisible. Alright, so with 30, what do we got? And it keeps showing no matter what. Feel like the climax of that scene is still a little what's that word? Lackluster. So we'll work on it, but I think it's a very good start, very good framework. Pretty happy with it. I'm gonna run it one more time and see if the skip works. All right, last test of the stream. Hope everybody out there's having a good day. I appreciate you hanging out in chat, OG. All the lurkers that drop by, I truly appreciate you. Tomorrow's Lucky Miner. I'm excited for Bruno to see the new intro. Press E to skip tutorial. Perfect. Okay. The music's still there. So. Skip needs to kill plants. All right, perfect. Good game today, team. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I don't see anybody to raid, and I can't hang around anyway, so I'm just gonna turn it off here. But if I'm feeling it, I'll see you on Thursday and Friday. Otherwise, we'll be back on Monday working on Classic Misty Mountain. We're getting pretty close to working on like the quests and all putting all the old lore and flavor into the game, so that should be exciting. And as always, if anybody out there wants any help with logic or they have any ideas that they can't uh, quite figure out how to do in the GameMaker, I'd love to help you out and get you a project in the next Builders Challenge on your land if you have it. So my DMs are open. Just reach out, let me know, and I'll get some logic going for you on stream. So love you all, everyone. I appreciate you very much, and I will talk to you later.